Coffee and Convo, y'all. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building, man. You guys know what time it is. Welcome to the latest installment of this special Coffee and Convo. I have one of my boys pulling up right now, former NFL, Look, we're not even going to do this anymore, you guys. Salute to one-time national champion over at Ohio State, former second team, all Big Ten, former first-round pick of our Oakland Raiders at the time, back in 2017. My guy, Gareon Conley. What's up, brother?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Oh, man, it's been a minute, man. How you feeling?
I'm great, man.
I see you over there, Ohio State. I see you. I see you, man. How you feeling, man? I know you got a chance to look at some of this tape Sunday with the Raiders and Pats on the road out there in New England. How are you feeling right now about this new revamped secondary that Pete Carroll's putting together out there?
So I don't know a lot of names, like I said, bro. I'll be watching.
Yeah, I know. I got it for you.
I know numbers. But they look good. Obviously, it's a new secondary, new team, new coach, and stuff like that. So they gotta clean up some stuff. And it's early in the season. Every team has their mistakes, but they look good. I like number 36, the corner. He's probably my favorite DB out of all
Caillou. Now, this is the
20 is good too.
Yeah, him and Stokes. So there was no rotation, Gareon, at all. People were talking about this rotation at the cornerback position between Stokes, Caillou Blue, our third rounder rookie, Darian Porter, and DeCameron Richardson. 71 defensive snaps, each Stokes and Caillou Blue. Kelly, they did not come off the football field at all. So those guys held it down on the corner, on the boundary.
Who's the third one?
It was two guys. It was Caillou Blue Kelly and Eric Stokes on the boundary, and then it was Darnay Holmes in the slot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but there was supposed to be this rotation with second-year guy DeCam Richardson and Darian Porter, our third-round guy that kind of fits that billing real fast, 6'4", 6'5", converted wide receiver to corner. He's a rookie that Pete Carroll's really high on. I'm expecting more of a rotation against the Chargers because they have a better receiving core. So I don't think you're going to see 71 defensive snaps apiece between Caillou Blue Kelly and Eric Stokes. But you were speaking about Caillou Blue Kelly. Give me some insight on what you saw from him.
He's just really good at the line of scrimmage, real patient with his technique. He just looked comfortable out there when I was watching him. But I just liked his technique at the line for sure.
Yeah, and he's really young. This is really his first action. He was a former, I think, 5th or 6th round pick of Baltimore. This is his first time really getting some real live bullets at the NFL level. A Vegas guy too, Gareon. So that's a really
from Vegas.
Yeah, he's a hometown guy. So he had a big game. And then Jonah Lalu, our defensive tackle, he had a sack as well, and he's a Las Vegas guy.
99?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, 99.
No. That's Thomas Booker.
Oh, he didn't. Who's you talking about?
He's a baller. But Jonah Lalu is our other defensive tackle who had, you know what, you may
what number is he?
I'm going to look this up real quick because I may have this. Hold on real quick. But Jonah Lalu and Booker had a great game. Thomas Booker, the kid that we just brought in over from Philadelphia. We sent Jacorian Bennett, our former corner, out there to him in exchange for him. So, but another Vegas kid, former undrafted guy. He's 96. So Jonah Lalu was 96.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're speaking about Thomas Booker.
Yeah, they had a good game.
Yeah, man. Give us some intel, man, on how you feel, man. You know, former first round guy. You know the position really well.
I had a whole book.
Okay. Ooh, so we in for a good one. Real quick, before we get to this notebook, this is what I love because Gareon's gonna break this down. One thing he told me behind the scenes, he said, "Let me get the all 22. Give me a
Yeah.
few days, and we're gonna break this thing down. But real quick, before we get there, man, let everybody know what you're up to and where to follow you at. Because I know right now you still do the training out there in Houston. You know, you're still very much active in the football community, and just let everybody know where they can follow you at on YouTube, all that good stuff.
Yeah. My YouTube is Conley Island. And then my YouTube for my podcast, which I need to start back up,
Yes.
is Different Views Podcast. And
Mhm.
then that's the handles for I think the Instagram handles and Twitter handles and all that is the same. It's underscore Conley Island for
Okay.
all my social medias, and then Different Views Podcast for all social medias as well.
I'm bringing that up right now. I want to find that because I know we were promoting it before. Once again, you got to get back to that. You guys
Yeah.
have a really good thing going over there, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the link inside the comment section. But go ahead and get to that. Go ahead and get to that book of yours, man.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, man, I don't watch. It's crazy because people always be asking me about like players and coaches, and I don't be knowing nobody name. Like, and sometimes they get mad at me, like when I'll be at teams and they'd have like old historic players in there, and I wouldn't know who it was. Like when I got to the
Yo,
Raiders, it was like Willie Brown and Lester Hayes. I'm like, I don't know these dudes, bro.
no,
Like,
nowhere near. And I love it
it's
because
not that
every
I don't
time,
respect them. Like I respect them for
no,
sure.
no,
But
definitely. But
I
every time
just
you come
wasn't a
on the
football
show,
player.
you've told me before, like, yo, Grav, I'm just letting you know,
Yeah.
I did not watch the game, and I have no idea what the hell is going on. So
Yeah. I watch film though. I watch hella film. Like, and that's how it be. Like when you watch a film, you don't see no names. You just see the numbers. Like
yeah,
that's what I
facts.
see.
And here
Yeah.
goes the link right here, you guys, over to the podcast, youtube.com/different views podcast. Make sure to go over there, run those numbers up, man. Once a Raider, always a Raider. Go, man. Go, show some support to our brother and his co-host over there. We're gonna push him to get more active over there at Different Views, man. But this is your show, Gareon. You take over. You just do your thing, brother.
Yeah, but I ain't have like a lot, but I did buy this little notebook on Amazon. It's like a little football notebook.
Love
They
it.
have like the place where you could draw plays and then you can like write the call and all that and the right notes. But they ran a lot of cover two. Um and I'm not sure if that's gonna be their base like for the whole year or if they just wanted to come out in zone because they have a new defense, new
Yeah.
corners and all that. But that's usually what teams do. Like
Mhm.
that don't know yet who's going to be the guy. Like you said, they were trying to rotate, or they
Yeah.
thought they were, so they probably just wanted to go in more cover two and zone looks. They ran obviously every team runs cover three, cover four,
Yeah.
cover two sometimes,
That's
but
Pete's bread and butter is a 4-3. I mean,
yeah,
not 4-3. I'm sorry.
cover
The
three,
yeah, 4-3.
yeah.
Yeah.
But so what I've seen, so the pros was obviously like I said, the DBs had good technique and they look good, they look comfortable. The pass rush was I think better in the second half than the first half. The first half uh they were getting a little bit of pressure, but I feel like the quarterback had more time to throw in the first half. I feel like the second half, the offense and the defense just played a really good game.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. Yeah, that second half they
yes, sir.
definitely woke up in
Yeah,
terms of getting to the passer. They got to him 4 times.
but I did see the cons was like there was a lot of miscommunication and it's a little bit of arguing going on. If you watch the all 22
Mhm.
between not like arguing like just like people getting on people's ass because they messing up. But
Yeah,
I do see like a void in their flat players whenever they're in any coverage and them going to the second level. So like wheel routes. So if
yeah,
you like cover three and you got the backer playing the flat and then it's a wheel, they gotta carry it. It's a
yeah,
lot of times where they like not carrying it or sometimes not even getting to the flat at all. Same thing with the corners in cover two. Like some of them weren't sinking underneath like the outside phase or letting them get outside or if there was a wheel route not sinking with that. Um, I did have a couple plays drawn up. Uh, there was one of them, three cloud, what they ran, which is basically like the corner is just coming down playing the flat, and
hmm
then the safety's rolling over to the third, and the other safety's playing the middle, and the backside corner's playing third. But they ran uh a dig and a wheel, and the corner like I don't even think it was a dig. It was kind of like a post. But the corner was like looking up at the flat. He was jumping the flat when it was like I think it was like the first couple plays of the game, and it was
hmm
just like you shouldn't be jumping the flat when it's first and 10 or second and 10. Like you got to play deep to short.
Was
And
that
then
Stokes? Was that Stokes?
22.
Yes, it was Stokes.
Yeah, and the dude caught it almost like out of bounds,
Yeah, I
but
remember that play.
it was out of bounds though. But
Yeah.
they got lucky, but he was open. But the same thing for like the backer on it was like the same kind of play. It was a different formation. Yes, I got it right here. So the linebacker, he floated to the flat late, and then it was a first down. It was like a big play. And then I think one thing they need to work on. Obviously, I know the coaches is probably telling them too, but you
Yeah.
said they're a young team, right? The
Really
DBs.
young. Really young.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
need to understand how NFL teams work. So like anytime it's a first down across the 50 or a second down across the 50, they throw a shot, and they need to
Yeah.
be prepared for that. So there was one time where they crossed the 50 and it was a first down. The corner was late. Oh, that was the one. No, that was the play. The corner was late, but he caught it, but it was out of bounds. But he should have known it was about to be a shot because they crossed the 50 and it was a first down.
Yeah.
Uh, and then I said the flat players need to run pass better. So like the linebacker, I think 57, he was a
Jermaine
lot of
Pratt.
times he was just like reading the run and then like the flat players just running free and then he like not even like retreating back, like he just sitting up there looking at the quarterback scrambling out or the running back running a
Yeah.
flat and the flat player is like or the flat route is wide open or the wheel. And I think 52. Yeah,
Yes.
he was getting on him and number 20 was getting on him like
Yeah.
about
Landon Roberts, Palomau.
yeah.
And Jermaine Pratt's a veteran, so he knows better than that.
Yeah.
And he was all over the place. I think he led us actually in tackles,
Yeah,
Gareon.
no, he was all over the field for sure.
He was
It was
third in
just that.
tackles. I'm sorry. He had 8 total tackles, 1 solo, but he was all over the place. But you're right. He definitely
Yeah.
did you see the middle? Okay, this is the thing. This has been a trend in Patrick Graham's defense. Now that Pete Carroll's there, we assumed they would clean it up. And once again, it's week 1. Did you see the middle of the football field just kind of open
Cover two.
for the taking all game long?
Yeah, cover two is middle fields open. And
Yeah.
that's tough. But I feel like like I said, the hook curls too. They were I feel like they just need to work on their zone drops more if they're gonna
Yeah.
be playing cover two. Like because I've seen a couple times too where like the hook curl player would be just jumping the flat or jumping something underneath and it's like, bro, you gotta play deep to short. When you're playing
Yeah.
cover two, you gotta play deep to short unless you're running it on a short down. But a
Mhm.
lot of times when they ran cover two, it was on longer down distance. So
Yeah.
you have to play deep to short. And I feel like they weren't really working on their drops the way they should have, or they weren't even getting to their drops the way they should have.
Yeah. Let me ask you, man, because once again, historically, Pete Carroll, granted, like to run the cover 3 defense.
Mhm.
And as of late, it's been kind of more of a hybrid kind of
Mhm.
look. They'll kind of give you different looks here and there. Zone is specifically kind of going to be the bread and butter for this defense at the cornerback position. You see any
Yeah.
man reps out there? And if you did, I mean, were you impressed by any of those reps out there?
Yeah, that's why I said I like 36 a lot. Like his man reps were really
Yes.
good. There was a couple even 22 had good reps, but he was getting pushed off. It was 2 like OPIs easily, but they don't call that shit. So I wrote down, I was like, man, I said 22 got beat on a stop route and a dig, and it's clearly push offs, but they don't call that shit. So you gotta grab them. Like
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
your tug in, like I be telling my guys that I train, like you got to be a criminal when you grabbing and like pulling on the DBs. Like you can't let the refs catch you, like
Yeah.
because they're gonna push off. And I'll tell them all the time, I'm like, the wide receivers push off you, yes. Do DBs grab and pull? Yes. Both are illegal, but
Yeah.
they both happen, and they let OPIs go more than they do DPIs.
Well,
So
that's a talent in itself, though, Gary. Right?
yeah,
Being able to know how to get away with shit like that.
exactly. But that's things you got to train and rep. And I feel like I don't know. I'm not gonna say nothing about their coaches, but I know when I was in the NFL, it was more about scheme and about like plays rather
Yeah.
than like teaching stuff like that. Like I know
Yeah.
when I was at Ohio State, like we worked on those techniques, like to grab and pull, grab the elbow, pull the jersey, but pull it quick. If
Yeah.
you get thrown by, grab the hip and pull yourself through real quick and pull off. Like those are things we rep every single day we had individual because we knew
Mhm.
like we needed those times to get those reps in. And then
Yeah.
when we got to 7-on-7 and all those team things, that's when we worked on the plays. Like
Yeah.
so,
Well,
but I feel like in the league they don't do that. So
we gave up 287 in the air.
yeah.
Kayshawn Boutte, former LSU guy, absolutely cooked us.
Mhm.
103 yards
What number?
in the air on 8 targets, 6 receptions.
Number 9?
Yeah, number 9. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then Hunter Henry as well, the veteran tight end, number 85. He had 4 catches on 8 targets. He had 66 yards. We kept Stephon Diggs really quiet until the late in the fourth quarter.
What number was he? I didn't even know he was.
That's crazy, right? Number 8. Number 8.
8. Okay.
Yeah. So he started to show some signs of life there late in the fourth quarter. But I mean, you can't do this. You got Drake May here in year 2. This is week 1. You're on the road. It's tough. You got Justin Herbert coming into town Monday night football. He just absolutely obliterated the Chargers. The Chiefs defense, in that first Friday night game in Brazil. They got to clean it up. But I want to ask you this. What do you think the corners look like in the ground game?
Like running?
Yeah, in the run game.
They look good. Number 36, he you could tell, like, both of them, they weren't scared to tackle. I think with DB, like me playing personally, like you need to get them on the ground. Like, you get paid to cover. Like, obviously you get paid to cover and tackle, but you get paid to get them on the ground. You're not about to make big hits unless it's like a cover 2, you coming off, they don't see you, you make a big hit, or it's like a perfect shot where you get a big hit. But the main thing is to get them on the ground or get them out of bounds and then get to the next play. So there was a couple of times where, like, coming off of cover 2, the corners are like come up off a pass and then it's come to the flat and then they get like ran over but still make the tackle. Everybody gonna be like, ooh, like you got ran over, but it's like, man, that's part of the game. Like they're 175, 185 to 200 pounds, and the running backs and tight ends are 200, 220, 250, like running full speed. You're supposed to get ran over, like, but as long as you get them down on the ground or get them out of bounds, like that's what you get paid to do.
You get a chance.
D-line do that, but they look good to me.
You have any notes on 20 and 11? Jeremy Chin and Palomal. Palomal's the one who had the pick, and he came down. That one big play blew it up behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, smacked him.
That was in the flats as well, right?
That looked like that was a man call. And he rotated. I don't know how they communicate that, but he rotated because that was a motion, and then he rotated from the middle and came down and smacked Travion Henderson.
Yeah,
that was a great play.
And Henderson's gonna be a stud, bro.
Oh yeah, he's a dog. Sure.
I know you're gonna be rooting for him, that Ohio State connection. And I want to ask you, because you have that Ohio State connection, any talk about Chip Kelly? I know that's not your side of the ball, but he's the new offensive coordinator, for our Raiders. And
I know that.
Yeah, won a national championship with you guys last year. You guys have one of the top offenses in the nation. What did you see out of the offense against the New England Patriots? I mean, that first scripted drive, it was really great, Gareon, and then we kind of went really, really quiet the next, the rest of the first quarter and second. And then we made those halftime adjustments, like BBW just said right here. Great halftime adjustments by Chip Kelly. The offense just completely opened up in the second half. Did you have any takes on the offense? I know you kind of really just broke down the all 22 on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I was about to say I did not even watch the offense. I watched the.
I don't even know why I asked you.
I watched the pick that he threw, but I ain't watched the offense. I ain't watch it.
Yeah. What'd you think about that PI that was called on 36? That was nasty, right?
Terrible. Like, that's the same thing I'm talking about. Like, for them to call that PI on him when he just touching him, but don't call the PI when 22 gets pushed off by 9 twice. Like, that's how offenses in the NFL go. Like, the NFL is based off touchdowns. That's how they get money. That's how they get streams. So it's a passing game now too. So it's like they want to see more first downs, touchdowns. So they're gonna call more OPIs. Like, but it was a terrible call for sure.
What do you think about the DBs as a whole in the second half? What was the difference between the first half of you breaking that tape down and the second? Because once again, this was a tale of two different teams in the first half and in the second half. We went into halftime, I believe, down 10-7 and ended up putting up another 10 points in the second half and winning this game. But what did you see out of those corners and those DBs as a whole, those safeties? Was there any differences in terms of adjustments that you've seen in the second half?
I think for player wise, I feel like they had formation recognition and play recognition from before of what they were running. And obviously, like, offenses they run what's successful against you. They do it just in different formations and then like at later times. So they're gonna bring the same play back up at some point, And I feel like they, as players, they did that. They adjusted to that well. But I feel like on the outside, they started to get more like hands-on when they were pressing. Or if they were in coverage, like they started to be a little bit more hands-on and aggressive. Like I said, 36, I just was keying him all night for some reason. But every time he was impressed, like he was getting real good, like kick slides and hands-on, like he was strapping 9 up for the most part.
Yeah.
Obviously zones is when they were getting them, and then the OPI.
Yeah.
But I feel like, and then 20 making that interception, that was good. But I feel like also that D line in that second half, I swear, like they were getting pressure on that
Yeah.
quarterback.
All
Like
over the place.
that's
Max
why
got
20 got that interception because
yeah.
99 and Max
Yep.
got the pressure on him and hit him. Like it
Booker,
was
Booker and Max.
good
Max
play.
got one. Malcolm Kuntz got one. Jonah Lalu got one. And then I think Tyree Wilson got one as well. 9. So they were definitely all over the place. What about 30? Any notes on our nickel corner, Darnay Holmes? How do you think he performed?
I feel like I didn't really pay attention to him that much.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I was looking at 20, 20, I mean 22, 36,
Yeah.
11, and 20. I know on the goal line, when 11 got scored on, um, he kind of like backed up a little bit and he didn't stay
Yeah.
square and he needs to use his hands if he's gonna play catch. Like he
Yeah.
just opened up and tried, and the out route is really hard in the red zone, like because
Yeah.
it comes so quick. Like you got to make sure you get hands on.
What would you have done different in that situation? Because I remember even the announcers were saying that the Raiders play some really good defense there. It's just,
Yeah.
New England found, just found a way to get it done there in that goal line situation. What would you tell Jeremy Chin, what he could have done better in that situation?
Yeah, it's a game of inches. So if you watch the all 22, his heels are in the end zone, but it's like his heels are on the goal line. I mean, his feet are on the goal line, but his heels are in the end zone.
Yeah.
And people may look at that like, oh, it's just that little bit, but he had good coverage. Like he almost got the ball out. It's
Yeah.
that little inch that makes a difference. His
Mm-hmm.
heels need to be on the goal line, and he doesn't need to take a step back until the receiver pushes you in the end zone. I feel
Yeah.
like he backed up a half a step when he started to run up, and then when he broke out, he never got contact. He just ran, and
Yeah.
then he was damn near right there to get the ball out. It was just a good throw and catch. But
Yeah.
just that little difference of inches, I think he'd make that play.
Okay. I like that. I like that. Real quick before we get to the rest of this, salute to everybody here in the building. As always, man, make sure you guys get those likes up and also hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. Also, make sure to go over here, hit this link that is in the chat, you guys, and go subscribe to our brother Gareon Conley. He's going to be doing a lot more of this stuff on his YouTube channel. I tried to get Jalen on the show today as well. We had to push our show to Saturday. Jalen Richard.
Yeah.
To come talk some shit a little bit with you. He's excited to get into this space, and he's always saying that Gareon's my guy. So
if he's still out here in Texas?
No, he's in Vegas. He just relocated to Vegas. He lives out there in Henderson.
Coaching. I went to a scrimmage and he was coaching the team that I went to watch. It was crazy.
Yeah. He's actually looking for some coaching opportunities in Vegas right now and just trying to get back into the swing of things in terms of football. You know what I mean? So Kenny Clark, thank you, brother. Said just subscribe. Appreciate you. Isaiah says, yo, Conley, what are your thoughts on how Caillou Blue Kelly played? He's kind of given, a little bit of thoughts on that. But once again, I think that's the guy you were
36.
most. Yeah, 36. I think you were most,
I like his game. Right? I like his game for sure.
Yeah, he's still really young. That's the thing, man. Have you ever gotten a chance to really break down any of Pete Carroll's former defenses, Gareon? Like, have you ever got a chance to really look at the all 22?
No, I mean not the all 22, but I mean I've heard about him in like his cover 3 schemes.
Yeah.
And I know like he had great corners in the Legion of Boom and all that. So
yeah,
I know that coverage, but like so that coverage is man really on the outside, and then it's like zone for everybody else, but it's zone depending on what the routes are too. I mean I feel like most coverages, like 4 and 3, they are man. They're just man, and then depending on the routes, they turn into zone or man. Like because at the end of the day, every coverage is gonna end up being a match because you got to match somebody. They're NFL players. They're too good to just be leaving open in space. Like so really, you're not gonna get a true zone unless it's like 8 yards or more. Like other than that, it's really gonna be like match routes. But even with that, you'll run man sometimes. If at 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 12, like it just depends. But most coverages end up being man.
I love that my brother Andy brought this one up. Decam number 25 had a great rep against Diggs right before we gave up the out route TD. Number 25, he played 1 rep at the cornerback position. Outside of that, the other guys, that we're talking about played the entire game. But Decam Richardson, he played a ton of special teams. Number 25, he had 1 really good rep. He did against Diggs prior to that out route that we're talking about.
Is it a slant or the fade?
Andy, do you remember what that was? I think it was the slant.
Yeah, he strapped him. I remember that.
Yeah.
I thought that was 22, so it was 25.
Yeah, it was 25. So
yeah, no, he definitely strapped him.
Salute to CGR, my guy, man, gifting 5 OLV network memberships. My brother, I appreciate you. Salute to all the new members here in the building because of one of the GOATs, CGR. Get some questions in, you guys. This is a Q&A with our guy, Gareon Conley. If you have some questions about the game, he will definitely give you the answer if he has them. But once again, Gareon will be very blunt. If you didn't watch the shit, you didn't watch the shit. It is what it is. We talked about it behind the scenes, and we said just corner and safety play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I don't even know the score of the game. Who was in the score?
we ended up winning 20-13.
They didn't have the score on the all 22.
Yeah, and actually, Andy, was that slant. That's exactly the route, the one we were talking about. So when you're watching the all 22, right, you get a chance to watch the corners, watch the safeties. What did you think about the way New England's wide receivers fared against our DBs?
I think they got strapped for real. Obviously, like the OPIs, that's the NFL, man. That's football in general, every level. You're gonna get more OPIs than that. But you take away the OPIs, and then like I said, it was just those flat players coming out of the flat and carrying to the second level. I think if you take those away too, then they probably have like maybe 100 yards passing, if that.
Yeah.
And then it was like every catch that was made, damn near if it wasn't zone, if it was like a match, the corners or DBs or shit, even the backers were right on them. That back shoulder fade to the tight end, like that was a great ass ball. Like he was strapped. Like that was just a great ball. And then it was like a couple plays, shit, even the out route, like the first touchdown, that was a great coverage, like great ball. I mean, it was good coverage. He definitely could have did better, like I said, but still, that was right on him. And then every other catch, I feel like it was the DBs or whoever was on him. It was like right there. So
I know you played both, Gareon, your time in Ohio State, Raiders, Houston. You know, what do you prefer? Do you prefer to play man or do you prefer to play zone?
Shoot. Now I prefer to play zone because you just get picks. But I mean, if I'm like we going into a call and like you want to lock down a receiver, I'm gonna play man. Like let me press, let me play man, let me stay with this dude. Like that's what I'd rather play.
I love it. I love it. And somebody else asked, "Are you officially done?" Yes, Gareon retired last year officially, right? 2024.
Nah.
Oh no! So are you still?
Yeah. I got my rod out. So I didn't retire. I was stepping away until I found out what was wrong with my leg. Cause like nobody's helping me find out like what's wrong with my leg. Well, people were helping me, but nobody was like putting me in the right direction. And I said I wasn't getting any more surgeries, but I remember like I was just like I want to get this rod out regardless if I play again or not.
Okay.
I got my rod that I got in my leg my rookie year. I got it out in March 5th. And I've been feeling like a lot better. Like I've been feeling the best I've felt since before I got hurt.
Yeah.
So I told my fiance like I'm gonna see what's going on, see if the team would try to give me a workout or something. But I don't know. I might do the UFL again. It just depends on how everything goes with this training business and all that. But I'm about to tell my agent like, shoot, if any team, workout, practice squad, anything, like let me know.
Yeah, I know
I've been working out a lot.
You were with the Defenders last year, and then you got signed by the Dallas Cowboys. How was that whole situation out here in Dallas?
Yeah, man. Dallas is like a great program to be at as a player for real. But I was literally there for what 3 days.
Yeah.
We go out to California, but my leg was it was hurting so bad. So like when I played with the Defenders, I still missed 3 games with them.
Yeah.
But I feel like with them, it was more because it's not the NFL, and then obviously like I was a first round pick, so I had a little bit of leverage. So they were treating me like I was a first round pick, like, and they were letting me like take not days off, but like reps off, like limiting my reps, making sure like I was able to make it to the game basically.
Yeah.
And then it was like I was still doing a lot of treatment. I was still doing like my hyperbaric. I was doing so many things to just make sure I was able to play. And then when I got to Dallas, it was like I had it set up in Dallas because we were in Dallas for the UFL. So I'm like, it's perfect. I didn't know, like I said, I don't watch football. I don't know nothing about football. I didn't know they went to California for camp. So when he was like, oh yeah, we signing you, I'm like, all right, bet. He's like, yeah, we gonna send you the flight details or like, and I'm like, flight for what? He's like, we go to California for camp.
You thinking like, Frisco right there at the start?
Yeah. So I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have everything set up in Dallas for me to continue to do what I did to be able to practice and play. because I
Yeah.
still was having pain throughout the whole season.
Yeah.
So he said California, and I'm like, fuck, I don't have nobody out there, no plan, nothing. So
Yeah.
I just went out there and I was like, I'm gonna try to just do what I can with the trainers, whatever.
Yeah.
But first practice, I went out there, my leg was hurting after that. Like it was hurting so bad and throbbing. Like I was up till about like 4, 5 a.m. and I just couldn't sleep. And I got meetings at 7:30. Like I gotta get up, I gotta eat. So
Yeah.
I'm damn near falling asleep in meetings trying to stay awake. Second day, I'm just like, let me try to see if I can push through it. Second day, same thing. I'm like limping during the whole practice, leg hurting. Next night, I'm up till like 3 a.m. Can't sleep. And then it's like anything I can do, there's nothing I can do about it. Like it literally just throbs, and anything you do to it, it doesn't help.
Yeah.
So then the third day, I remember I was talking to CJ Goodwin.
Mm-hmm.
He's a real cool dude. I was just talking to him about, I was like, man, asking him like, how you feel about like retirement, like what keeps you here, like, and all this stuff, because he's dealt with injuries too. I remember he had an injury like the year before or whatever,
Yeah.
and he was just like, man, he was like, I can't even tell you for real. He was just like, you just know like when you're ready to step away if you can't handle it. And then I was just like, man, I told myself we had a walkthrough the next day, so I'm like, I'm gonna just try to get through this walkthrough, make it to the next practice, and I'm gonna see how I feel.
Yeah.
We go through the walkthrough, and we literally do the warm up, and I start like jogging a little bit, and my leg immediately started hurting right then and there. So I just went up to Al Harris, and I was just like, look, man, I was like, and I cried. I couldn't even hold it in. I was like, man, I gotta like step away. Like I can't deal with this shit. Like I'm literally up in the bed, like feeling hopeless. Like I can't.
Yeah.
I'm in
Yeah.
hella pain. So I just like I appreciate the opportunity. I don't mean no disrespect. I was like, but I
Just
just
gotta
need to
step
get
away.
out home. Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
I need to step away until I figure out what's wrong with my leg, and if I don't, then I'm gonna retire. So
Yeah.
I never really officially retired. I was just waiting.
Okay.
And then I just left after the third day. I went back home, and then I was just stuck like for like two
Yeah.
weeks. I didn't want to do shit. I was just sitting there. I didn't want to do anything. And then I was,
When you get to that point, G, do you feel like this may have been my last opportunity to get this done? Because there's a
mhm,
reason you play for the Defenders. You didn't go
yeah,
there just to play ball. You went there to get back to where you belong, which is the NFL.
yeah.
You know, so when you get through with that situation, you get back to Houston, are you like, wow? Because honestly, Dallas isn't too far from you. It's not that big of a jump. This is
Yeah,
actually a perfect
it was
situation.
perfect.
Yeah,
It
you
was
know what I mean?
perfect.
So especially out here with the way that the medical stuff out here in Dallas is like top notch in
Mhm.
the area. So I mean, how did you feel? Did you kind of feel like this is it? Do you think that's where the retirement talk came from? Because I even looked, there was a few articles that said that you would retire.
Yeah,
So
because I
I
had
think
posted something on Instagram.
there you go. Because I think I
But
sent you a text too. I think I did send
yeah.
you a text like congrats, and you may have been like, nah, bro. I gotta go back and look.
Yeah. I just posted some on Instagram, but I literally said in the caption, like, I'm just stepping away until I find out what's wrong with my leg.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, it felt like that, and because I've been trying for what 2017, so 8
yeah,
years, like trying to
yeah,
figure out what's going on, like, and then it was just like at the end of the day, and I can't blame nobody because I still chose to get the surgery, even though it was kind of pressured upon me, but um. Ever since I got the rod in my leg, like that's when I started having problems, and I should have never got it because it was a little stress fracture. Like it was a
yeah.
little ass stress fracture. But all I heard was if you get the rod, you can come back quicker, and you don't have to worry about it ever breaking. So that's what I just thought of. Like I've never been injured before. I was just like, man, I'm trying to play. Like so that's what I did, and it just started having more complications in my leg. So
What are the
I just got to
complications
that
tied?
point.
Like, how are they tied to the rod? Like, what is the issue?
So basically, where they put the rod in, they have to cut through your knee and they hammer it in. So it wasn't the rod. Well, shit, I don't know, because when I got the rod out, now I feel great. But
The surgery that was
I still never had a diagnostic that told me exactly where my pain was coming from. But I feel like when they put the rod in, they were cutting through nerves and all that stuff, and you have to go through all that shit to get to put the rod in. And
yeah,
then I had this screw that went through my fibula head. I feel like that just it makes my like when I run or when I used to run, soon as I would like run or slow down or anything, like my leg would feel like it was like a 200-pound dumbbell,
Yeah.
and it would throb like a toothache. Like,
Yeah.
and there was
Yeah.
nothing I couldn't do about it. Like, literally, like if I would rub it, if I would massage it, if like anything, cold tub, anything, hot heat pack, like nothing would change it. I would just have to go through it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it would just like randomly tingle and like all this stuff. So when
Mm.
I was going through that, it was just like, man, I gotta figure out what's wrong. So I'm just listening to all these doctors. I'm getting all these surgeries, and it just still never went away. So then at that point when I left Dallas, I just felt like I was like, I'm never gonna figure it out. Like,
Yeah.
but then I just was like, regardless if I figure it out, because I started to do like the holistic things, and that would
Yeah.
make it better temporarily, but it just would always come back. So then when I was just thinking about it, I was like, regardless if I figure it out, like I'm getting this rod out my fucking leg.
Yeah.
And then when I
Straight
got
up.
it out, I was just like, I feel great now. Like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I don't know if
So
I had allergic reaction to it, anything. Like,
Gareon's not done.
yeah.
He's not done. So I got to ask you, man, is there any conversations yet? I don't want to, get you in trouble with anything, but is there any
Nah,
conversation? Nothing
I
right
haven't
now?
even. Nah, I haven't. My agent just said, "Tell me when you're ready."
Okay. So
I
it's just
basically
on
been.
you.
Yeah, I've been simulating like, basically like practicing and training. So like I run and lift like 3 days in a row because they
Yeah.
practice like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday is like a light day. So
Yeah.
I've been doing that for like 2 weeks just to like get back in shape and like simulate me being on a team.
Yeah.
But I think after this week, I'm gonna tell him like he can start hitting up teams just to see if I can get a workout or anything.
Love it, man. I got to ask you this because I seen that you got to lock in with a guy that you always consider like a little brother to you, Damon Arnett, another former first round pick from the Raiders. You got a
Hmm.
chance to, tap in with him a little bit. He was down there briefly with the Houston Texans.
Hmm.
How was that interaction with you guys? I know for a minute there you were trying to get a hold of him, and he
Hmm.
was going through some other stuff, you know what I mean? And he kind of was just, just doing his own thing.
Yeah,
How'd that conversation go? It seems like he's in that proper headspace now to move forward with his career.
yeah, man. I'm so proud of him, man. Like that really is my brother. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was. I think it was like three years. Like I just was trying to get to him and I couldn't. What was crazy is when I was out there in the UFL, one of my teammates came in the locker room and was like, "I just seen Damon Arnett at the barber shop. He said what's up," and I was like, "What?" And I was just like, he was like, yeah, he said hit him up, blah blah blah, but I didn't have no way to hit him up.
Yeah.
So then I think because
He's
that was
originally from out here
2024.
too, Dallas. That's
Yeah,
what's
Dallas.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He he was in Florida. I can't remember exactly what it was, but he was in Florida. Like me and him are that close. Like he knows my family. So like my sister lives in Florida. She just randomly FaceTimed me and she was with him, like seeing him out, and she just like FaceTimed me. We got to chop it up a little bit, and then he gave me his number. And then he just told me like I'm getting back right, da 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 da. And then we started talking. We had a long talk on the phone, and I was just like, man, if you ever come out here, like if you want to come out here to train, like I can get you right, whatever.
Yeah.
But he was like, I got a lot going on with the kids and just whatever, and he had training set up already, so he did it out there. But then he was telling me he was like, Houston want me to come work out, and I was like, all right, bet. And then he got the workout, and then he did good, and then he got signed, and
Yeah.
then he was out here for like I think that was like from June to July, and then he just
He got
jumped on
waived,
me.
but I think he re-signed with the practice squad though, right?
Yeah, he signed with the practice squad. Oh yeah, when he played for the Roughnecks, because he was out
Roughnecks.
here, I
Yeah.
was like going. I like went to get him, and we went to do like cryo and shit for his game and eat and shit like that. So we
Yeah.
was like kicking it whenever he had home games, and I went to
Love it,
like two
man.
games.
I
But yeah, he
love
came
to
out here
see
to
him.
train.
I love to see him writing the ship, man, because
Yeah,
the talent was always there. It was just always right here, and you
mentally.
spoke about that a bunch on these shows with us in the past. So salute to Damon Arnett. I hope whatever he got going on, man, he's very, very successful. Salute to Vera, man, my dog gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. I appreciate you, my brother. Real talk. Salute to all the new members in the building because of my guy Vera. Reap asked GC, any advice for our DB room in the media heat? So let me kind of
I was about to say,
reword
what's
this
the
a
media
little
heat?
bit because the thing that's going on right now is even with some of us fans, we wanted kind of a proven commodity in that room.
Hmm.
Eric Stokes is a guy that's still young. I think he's 27, 28, somewhere around there. Don't quote me on that. He might be even younger, 26. But former first round pick, to the Green Bay Packers, played great at Georgia at the college level. But outside of his rookie season, he's been in and out of that lineup because of durability. He's been hurt. And Pete took a flyer on a 1 year super prove it deal. We go get Porter in the 3rd round of this year's draft class. So we're thinking, okay, he's going to be a starter. They go get Caillou Blue off the streets, number 36. And then we have just a bunch of young guys in that group. There's other guys out there like Stephon Gilmore still available. He's up there in age, a little long in the tooth. But we could have potentially made a move for Jalen Ramsey. A lot of talk about potentially Tariq Woolen, the kid up in Seattle that Pete drafted out there years ago out of the 5th round. But it's just young guys. Like, what would be some advice that you would give these young dudes that are hearing this? Because once again, that is the one group that a lot of people are concerned about the most with the Raiders. Because, you're playing Mahomes twice a year. You're playing Herbert twice a year.
I did it.
You know what I'm saying? You're playing now Bo Nix in his sophomore year. You're playing him twice a year. So 6 games already are tough enough every single year in that division. What would be some words of encouragement you can shoot some of these young DBs that maybe some of those guys gave you in 2017?
Yeah, I would say just study the game. Like, I feel like and it's crazy because at Ohio State, I did it so much. But I feel like when I got to the league, I kind of relaxed.
Yeah.
But being a young player, like in any position, in any sport or anything, you need to study the game. Like, there's a lot of plays. All these plays that I wrote down, it's all just about studying. Like, I wrote down like being alert of the shot, like I said, knowing how, not just like plays, like the game, how coaches work in the NFL and how offensive coordinators and all that. Like, whenever a team passes the 4 or the 50, like, be ready for a shot. And that doesn't mean just first down. Like, so the one time it was a shot, it was a first down across the 40 or the 50, and then they ran the ball, and then it was like 2nd and 8, and then that's when the shot came. So it's like you got to just be on point with that. And then it was just like understanding like splits. So like it was one time, I think it was
Stokes 22.
I think it was he got beat on a stop route. It's like a curl. We call it a stop.
Yeah. I think it was 20. I think it was Stokes.
It was like the dude had his split. Oh no, it was 36.
Oh, so it was Caillou. Okay.
Yeah. So I put check split. He was like way outside the numbers, and it was like he doesn't have room to run a fade or a go route. Like, so you got to understand, like, it's about to be a stop route. Like, the way he's running his route, he bailed like too quick out of his break. And then it was just like I said, like studying, or not studying, but understanding the field. Like, if it's 2nd and 8 or 2nd and 9, we're not gonna jump the flat route. We're gonna stay deep to short and then make them throw the flat route and then come tackle it. So it's 3rd down. You don't want to give up the first down. I feel like they were doing that a lot, like coming out of the hook curl or coming out of the flat. To jump shorter routes rather than staying deep to short, like a couple times. And then like
that comes with reps though too, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
because he was on a practice squad with Baltimore when he first got drafted. Didn't play really a lick over there. Played a little bit in Seattle, a little bit in Green Bay with the Commanders in 2023 as well. But then went to the practice squad and now he's taking live bullets. I mean, I know he was the 2nd team, all Pac-12 back at the collegiate level with Stanford, but I mean, that comes with reps, right? I mean,
no, definitely.
Yeah.
But that's the mental reps that you got to get to take advantage, because you're not gonna, like I said, you're not gonna get that time to work on all that in the NFL, because they're trying to teach plays and teach the scheme. So you got to take that upon yourself to study the game more. Because once I learned how to do that at Ohio State, like, that's what took me to the next level. And I put that, what did I write? I wrote it somewhere. But it was basically like, if you understand, like, your talent and your athleticism can only get you so far, then it's going to make you work harder mentally.
Yeah.
And if you're already talented and athletic, then you knowing the game and understanding football is going to make you that much greater. Like, you're already good because your talent and athleticism, and you know a little bit about the game. But it's just like, if you study more, like, you could be even better. Like, and I feel like that's what a lot of young players, they don't understand. And I didn't understand it until I got older as well. But it's just like, once
you just think your
understand
athleticism
mentally,
and your talent alone
it's gonna take over.
Yeah.
But you gotta be mentally there. Like, it's gonna make the game slow down so much and make you play faster, because you're not even gonna have to do as much. Like, I know, like, When I got to the league, like, because at Ohio State, all we did was press, like cut, split, anything. When I got to the Raiders, I did not know how to play off man, like, and they were getting
We
so
also had
mad
one of
at
the
me.
worst defensive coordinators of
Oh
all
yeah,
time.
sir.
Yeah.
But I did not know how to play off, and they were getting so mad at me because they're like, "Why are you pressing? Like you're telling them what we're in. Like you got to
Yeah.
disguise." And I'm just like, "Nah, like I'm about to press because if I play off, I'm gonna get cooked." But it was just like understanding like that's part of the disguise. Like
Yeah.
you can make a great disguise and win with the disguise rather than the defense or
Yeah.
like the actual rep. Like
Hmm.
if we understand how to disguise and make the quarterback think is that, we can do like 2 steps and we'll have a pick or a sack. Like it's that simple. So it's like understanding how to work smarter and not harder. That's really what it is.
Let's get a few questions in, man. Salute to Ross. He said, I remember, I'll never forget in Oakland when you got that pick six. We talked about that
Yeah.
a ton over here, man. Salute to my guy Ross. Definitely one of the greatest times watching Gareon play football. Salute to S. Dot. You could do it, Conley. You're smarter and older, fully know what it takes with this NFL thing. Hey, S. Dot, we're going to try and make some calls, man, to the Raiders, man. We got to reach out to a few people that we know, man, and see if we can right this ship. Look, Amari was here for a brief second. I mean, you know, he came in, signed, and retired immediately. I mean, maybe we can get Gareon in
Amari
for
Cooper?
more than a cup of coffee.
Cooper?
Cooper signed with us 2 weeks ago, was there for maybe 2 or 3 practices and retired.
For real? That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's crazy,
That's my
man.
boy.
Estat also says, doesn't matter where you are in the secondary or even special teams, man. Get in great shape, put the league on notice. I'll tell you one thing, Estat, you don't ever have to worry about Gareon getting in shape. This dude stays training, whether it's
All the time.
Dolo or he's with the youth, which I love. That's why I think he's going to be at some point down the line a phenomenal coach. But and I love what CGR just said too. Have you ever thought about getting into coaching?
Coaching is tough, man. It's too much politics, bro. Like that's why I
Everywhere.
like training because I training one, like there's no politics, but two, it's just like if you don't like my training, you can just get the fuck on. Like I don't care. Like and I get to do it the way I want to do it. Like me being in coaching, one, if people are telling me how to coach my guys, like it's over with. Like we gonna battle. And I know a lot of head coaches or coordinators, whatever, they have egos, and as soon as you get back at them for doing that, it's just like shit goes down. And I don't want that for my players, you know. Like I don't want it to be something where I'm distracting the players because me and a coach are getting into it. So if it was a coaching situation, it'd have to be the right situation with the right people for sure.
The white people.
Yeah, definitely not that.
Yo, that's hilarious. Salute to LT. Yes, it was Paul Gunther, and we've talked about that ad nauseum over here about that situation.
Man, I don't know if I told you about him, like his interaction with me when I got to Dallas.
Oh no.
He was at Dallas when I was there. So I see him at the workout. So we had a workout.
What was he doing there?
He's a linebackers coach.
Is he?
Yeah, he was like an assistant linebackers coach. I don't know if he's still there. He was there last year though. Cause what's his name? Zimmer?
Yeah.
You know, that was his guy. So Zimmer was with him at the Bengals, and then when
Defensive
Zimmer went to
run game coordinator.
when Zimmer went to the Vikings, I think that's when Paul Gunther became the coordinator at the Bengals, and he took his whole defense. I think that's really why the Cowboys signed me, because it was me and DeAndre Baker that went to the workout. Because me and him played for the Defenders. He had a good season with the
former
Defenders.
Georgia Bulldog, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a better season than me, low key, with the Defenders. But they brought both of us to the workout. And it was basically like we were competing. Obviously not like competing, but it was like they're gonna sign one of us.
Oh,
so
it's a healthy competition.
Yeah, sure. I killed the workout though. Like I was like in the greatest shape, and bro was over there dying. But he but then also it was like Zimmer's defense was Paul's defense. They knew I played with Paul under Paul at the Raiders, so I knew all the defense already. And that's why I was just like even more mad because it was like that was a perfect situation because I knew the defense. Like I knew the call, I knew everything. Like it was the same exact shit. So I feel like that's why they really signed me.
Though, right? Like a lot clearer because that Paulie G defense just absolutely.
No, I mean his defense, you need a fucking pass rush. And this was my interaction with him. This was the craziest thing. So when I seen him at the workout, it was just like, "What's up? How you doing? Whatever." And then when I got to camp, we got to talking. He was like, "Yeah, you always were a good player. Like we just didn't have no fucking pass rush." And I'm just like looking at him like, "Bitch, like why you ain't say that when I was at the Raiders? Like it was I was shitty or it was I need to do better at the Raiders, but now we didn't have a pass rush. Like we all fucking knew we didn't have a pass rush. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But when he said
Oh,
that shit to me, I was just looking at it like, man, I could punch you in your damn face right now, bro. Like,
bruh. Because I remember the interactions that you spoke about them that you had with him out there in Oakland.
yeah.
So, and you know what's funny, man? He's in Vegas now. So
Yes.
he's like the associate head coach / intern defensive coordinator out
The
there. So
Raiders?
he's like, no, not with us, with the Running Rebels.
Oh, okay.
Yo, hell no, I don't think they did that. Bro, look, I love my team. I gotta. If they brought back Polly G, that might be the straw that just broke the camel's back for me, bro. Real talk, I can't do that shit anymore, man. Salute the 10 Commandments. How does a strong? We just talked about this low key. A strong pass rush determine your approach towards a receiver you regard?
Man, it depends on the fucking call. Like, if it's a fucking pass rush and they need to get there, you covering for fucking 4 to 5 or 10 seconds. Like, you ain't gonna be able to do it. It don't matter how good or bad the receiver is. Like, because you can't even touch them after 5 yards. Like, DBs are at a disadvantage the whole game. So if our pass rush don't get there, then it's over with.
You have any brief encounter with Jerry Jones?
Nah, I ain't never talked to him.
Okay. Was there any? I mean, once again, I don't want to ruin any chance to get back into the NFL, but those play with the whole Micah situation. How do you think? Did you see how that played out? They let Micah Parsons go, traded him to Green Bay, their best pass rusher. Speaking of pass rushing ability, they moved potentially a generational pass rusher, sent him to Green Bay for 2 first-round picks, and
I've seen his contract.
Defensive tackle. Yeah, it's a lot, bro. Like 40 plus, damn near $50 million a season, bro.
That's crazy.
But was there any talk about Jerry there when you were there for that brief moment? Like how do the players,
I think I didn't hear like a lot of talk, but I feel like it's just politics in the NFL, man. It's so much politics rather than football, which is annoying, but there's a lot of money involved, so that's why politics is involved. You will hear so many different things, like it's because of the way he is in the locker room with players, but it's just like when you go in there, you like everybody look like they cool, but you got a lot of fake dudes in the NFL too, like on the team and coaches. So people could be saying one thing and be acting like they cool with you in the locker room and stuff too. But I think it was just a situation where he ain't get paid what he wanted. And then once that happens, once the negotiations start happening with a player, that's when it starts to be rumors like, oh, he's a diva in the locker room, where it's just like it ain't even really that. It's just because they ain't agreeing on something. So now that there's a disagreement, now it's gonna start to be rumors, and it's just gonna go downhill from there.
Bandit, we talked about this on one of the previous shows, but we'll touch on it just real quick. How'd it feel to shut down AB in his prime?
Man, felt great. I tell people all the time, they're like, who the best receiver you ever guarded? I'm like, Antonio Brown for sure. Like, bro, regardless of how crazy he was up here, like, bro was always in the best shape. He had his trainer literally with him all the time, everywhere. Like, he didn't even do our warm up or lifts. Like, he had his own trainer there all the time. Like, bro was elite. Like, I tell people all the time, like, you'd be lucky to get your hands on him 3 times in a game, like as a DB, because he's so quick and getting off the line and getting into his route. Like, that was elite.
J.A. said, what's harder to cover, height with speed or strength precise route running?
Height with speed. I mean, I don't know, because I feel like I was just talking to, because I'm training like a couple guys that are trying to make the league. We were talking about it, like outside as a corner, I'd rather guard a big, like a taller receiver, even if he's fast, rather than a short, quick dude. Like that shit is annoying. Like I don't like covering the little short, fast little dudes. Like be running all over the place, doing all that shit. Like I got a bigger dude, it's easier to cover them to me. Like,
Jalen told me on the phone the other day, and we're going to talk about this on the show on Saturday. The 3 most difficult positions to play in football, and not in any particular order, is corner, quarterback, and running back. How do you feel about that?
I don't care about any other position. Corner is the hardest position. Quarterback is definitely up there, like super hard. Like you got the ball in your hands every play. You got a lot to deal with. But corner is just so hard. Like alone, you got to go backwards. Like you're guarding the best like athletes on the field. They're just as fast as you or faster, just as strong as you're stronger. And they know where they're going, you don't. And then I was just talking to a young kid. So I went to my high school game, the first game of the season, and he got beat on a touchdown. And it's his first year playing corner. And he came to train with me the next day. My cousin trains him. He brought him out to train. And I was telling him, I said, bro, I said, think about what's worse, throwing an interception or getting scored on for the game-winning touchdown. Of how you would feel. Like the feeling of even just getting a ball caught on you and to have to play the
Yeah,
next play, like
yeah,
that shit is so fucking hard mentally. Like
yeah,
if you throw a incomplete pass as a quarterback or interception and you still got the game going on, like that shit it's gonna hurt, but it
yeah.
don't hurt like getting scored on or getting the ball caught on you. You know,
You have to
like
have a short-term memory as a corner.
yeah, like literally. And then not even that, we played a whole game. So like they're gonna and they do it all the time, like Tyreek Hill. So I forget what number or the dude's name, but he was number 13. I just remember it vividly. Like for the Chiefs, he would literally and he's fast as shit. He running down the field and you don't know if it's run or pass. You gotta cover him. And
Yeah,
then the next play they're gonna sub in Tyreek and then you gonna run with him. Like
yeah.
you gotta do that the
You get no
whole game.
breaks.
Like that
Yeah.
shit is different, bro. Like I don't care what nobody say. That shit is super hard. And then we gotta cover tight ends. We're gonna come across every position on the offense at some point.
Was
We
that
gotta
McCall
tackle the
Hardman?
running backs.
McCall
Uh,
Hardman, right at the time.
no, he was 17. I remember him. He was fast as shit too.
Okay. Damn,
I
who
don't know
was
who
it?
number 13 was. Bro, he didn't get the ball ever.
Okay.
I
Was
knew
it-
he wasn't getting the ball, but it was just like you have to cover him. Like
I'm
I don't
thinking
know
who the
who it
hell that
was,
was.
but I just
Um,
remember him, bro. Like
I
that's
like
how
what
they do.
my brother Andy brought up. What do you think about the tackling from the corners? Because it did seem as though,
Mhm.
I know you haven't been watching consistently, but in the off season and during preseason, we're like, what are you guys doing with like this tackling shit? I know it's the off season. I know some guys kind of downplayed a little bit during preseason. They don't want to go out there and potentially get hurt.
Yeah.
But I mean, was it Brian Pringle? Was it Pringle? Am
Yeah,
I
Pringle.
okay?
That was his
So yeah,
last
it
name.
was
Yeah.
okay. It was Brian Pringle.
Yeah.
Um, but we kind of struggled tackling, especially Palomau, our safety number 20,
Mhm.
struggling with finishing tackles. They tackle pretty good out there
Yeah.
Sunday against New England.
Nah, they did. And running cover too, like you got to be able to tackle. Like
Yeah,
that's really on the DBs to be able to make tackles. But no, they did good tackling. Like I said, like the corners, you just got to get them on the ground. Shit, safeties too, but safeties have more like lineup hits because they're coming from distance. Like,
yeah,
and that's another reason why I say corner is hard too. Like, bro, like I got to cover the pass and run with this dude and then come off and make a tackle. And then
yeah.
like the worst like position ever is when you sink in cover two or a zone coverage and you're just running like trying to get underneath the route and you see that running back flaring out and you know the quarterback about to throw it to him and you got to come up and make an open field tackle. Like
Yeah.
that's one of the hardest things to do as a corner.
Um,
Like
imagine
do that.
this, G. Right now, you play for. Let's just say you play for Buffalo last week.
Mhm.
You're covering. You're covering Zay Flowers
Mhm.
at the wide receiver position, which is already a horrible task to take on anyway.
Mhm.
Great player. Then you also have to come down and get Derrick Henry in the run game. Then you also have to chase down Lamar Jackson on a
Exactly.
constant basis all for 4 quarters.
Exactly.
You know what? Corner may be the most difficult position
And
in
you got to
football,
guard the tight end too. Like
and the tight end.
you're gonna be guarding. I'm telling you, you come across every position at some point when you're playing corner because you're gonna have to try to stop the run. You're gonna have to go up against a lineman and try to get around him or just run into him. You're
Yeah,
gonna guard the tight end or possibly run into a tight end to get off a block. And you're gonna guard and run it back, or you're gonna have to tackle a running back. You have to tackle the quarterback on the scramble. You got to
God,
play against the quarterback's mental, and then you got
yeah.
to guard the best athletes on the field, like
Oof,
all fucking game. And you
man.
got to snap and clear after every single play, whether you do a good play or a bad play, because that shit could happen at any moment.
So y'all deserve quarterback money, like
No,
pretty.
definitely, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and
I-
then another thing I was saying, like Penn State, we played Penn State, 2016 on the road, and I didn't have any action all game.
yeah,
Chris Godwin was the receiver. One play, red zone fade, had great coverage. He just mossed the shit out of me. That was it. And the game's over. That
yeah,
was my only play I had in the whole game. And it's just like you gotta stay locked in the whole game and one play could lose you the game.
yeah.
Like that shit is
And then you
different.
have to deal with all the talk and all the
Yeah,
noise outside of that because of that one specific play.
exactly. And then you gotta depend on your pass rush too. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember when I was at the Raiders, he was talking about Jim O'Neil was our DB coach. And he was like, if we got to cover for 10 seconds, then that's what we're going to do. And I'm like, what? Like, that don't make sense, bro. What the fuck is you talking about? Like, hell no. You can't cover these fucking world class athletes for fucking
Let me chase
5
her on
seconds, let
Tyreek
alone
for 12
10, bro.
seconds. Like,
Like,
that's
come on, bro.
crazy, bro. Hell nah.
They're supposed to get you on 4.
Salute to Bandit. I love this question because we have a new guy in the building that we just drafted out of Tennessee in the 4th round, Dante Thornton Jr. 6'5", runs a 4.340. He's already making a lot of noise around the league right now, G. And he's already starting for us on the boundary in his rookie year, a guy that started off in Oregon, then moved over to Tennessee. And he caught a lot of flack in the draft because of a limited route tree, because of how that Tennessee offense is operated out there.
Yeah.
And he looked really good out there. But I want to ask, because I love what Bandit asked, how would you guard that kind of player, like a speedy 6'5", 6'6"? Like, how do you defend that in your mind? Because, and let's even say now at 30 years old, like, how do you defend it? How do you outsmart it? Because at that point, you have to use your football IQ.
I was
You
about
can't
to
just
say,
rely on
that's
your
what it
athletic.
is. That's what it is. Like, whenever you're going against somebody that meets you athletically or is, like, more athletic than you or faster than you or something like that, you gotta find your advantage. Like, but that's when you gotta study them too. Like, I know I always used to study the receivers, like, and that's why I'm telling the message to the young guys is study the game, because there's only so many plays you can run. So, because there's 10 other people on the field. Like, you one-on-ones, a wide receiver should win every one-on-one, because you literally have the time and the space to do whatever you want. Like, so when they run one-on-ones and people get beat, like, unless they just getting super cooked, like, it's not really that realistic. So if you study the game, you could literally see, like, when this dude is outside the numbers on 1st and 2nd down, he runs this. When this dude is on the numbers or inside the numbers on 1st and 2nd down, he runs this. On every 3rd down, if he lines up at this position, he runs this. Or if he goes like this, if you pay attention, that's when he getting the ball every time. Or if his stance is a little bit lower, he about to try to really run a route because he might be getting the ball. Like, it's little shit like
Most of
that.
them are going to tell you. Most of them have those
Yeah.
nuances where they're going to tell you what they're going
So
to.
it's
But
like
some of
you
them,
really got to find that advantage with that. Like,
but some of them don't care. Some of them are just so good they don't give a
yeah,
shit.
they just like,
Hey,
some of them are
I'm
really
getting the
good.
rock. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
that's
Jamar Chase, like, he just stand there, like, and he
yeah,
just boom, he get into it. Like, so with them, like, you just gotta find out like what the offense is running and when they want to run it to them. But then also you just gotta play with your technique. That's when you really gotta lock in with your technique, like
yeah.
not crossing over, not backing up when you know it's like 3rd and short, or maybe backing up because you know he just about to try to run fast, so you might need to give a little space or
Yeah.
get your hands on because he don't like hands. Like, you just gotta find out what their weaknesses are and exploit them.
Once again, man, for our corners or our DBs as a whole, we gave up 287 yards in the air, 36. Caillou Blue, 9 total tackles, 7 solo. He had a pass defense. Eric Stokes, 22, 5 tackles, 3 solo. He also had a tackle for a loss and I think he had a pass defense. No, he had 1 tackle for a loss. My apologies. And then number 30, once again, you didn't really see him too much. Our nickel corner had 2 tackles and 1 solo. And then you go to the corners. We talked about Palamau, 7 total tackles. This is number 20. 5 solo. He had a tackle for a loss, a pass defense. He had a pick. And then number 11, Jeremy Chin. Once again, he not the greatest game, but you know, a guy that is very versatile. He can play both safety spots, kick in and play that big nickel role if need be. But he had a okay game as well. 4 tackles, 4 total tackles, 3 solo. As a whole, how do you grade these DBs week 1 against New England? Once again, we weren't too much worried about their wide receiving core.
Yeah.
And I don't want to knock them. I don't want to disrespect them at all. But I mean, you're looking at some young guys. Kyle Williams, he's a rookie, right? And he only had 1 catch. You're looking at some aging veterans in Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper at the tight end position. You're looking at Stephon Diggs, who's coming off of nasty injury. And he's also north of 30. So I wasn't expecting, you know, New England to come out and throw the rock a ton, especially with that nasty weather. It was raining the whole game and all that. But what kind of grade do you give these guys week 1?
I would say, like, for my expectations of what it should be, I feel like it was a B
Okay.
minus. But like you said, that receiving core, no disrespect to them, like, never downplaying a player, but there's better receivers that they're gonna face and better quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Like, if they play like that against a different team, like, I don't know if it'd work out that way.
Yeah.
Like, but not saying that they didn't play good, but I feel like, again, most of their stuff was just awareness stuff. Like, it wasn't like physical ability. Like, it
Yeah.
was just like understanding the game, like I said, because a lot of those plays, like coverage wise, they were on the receivers. Like it was just like they were there half a step late. But that all comes with like formation recognition and split recognition and all that stuff. And then understanding like the down and distance and where we are on the field. I feel like if they understand that and then clean up the communication just as a defense as a whole, because like I said, I've seen a lot of like chippering back and forth, like telling somebody they need to get in this spot. There was a miscommunication with the play before the touchdown, the first touchdown, where 20 was like looking at 11, like I think they were trying to do an in and out, and 11 was just looking at the quarterback, and the dude was kind of wide open running across the end zone. But just stuff like that, like Mahomes is gonna see that, like Aaron Rodgers is gonna see that, like Josh Allen, Lamar, they're gonna see, and then those coordinators, like they're gonna see that the offensive coordinators are copycats. They're gonna look at your film, what worked against you, because every offense has the same plays put in. They just run it with different people in different ways. They're gonna look at what worked against you, and then they're gonna do it. Like, so you just got to be ready for that. And if they study, I feel like they could be a really good defense for sure.
They definitely could. Nice. Yeah, when you got Patrick Graham and you got Pete Carroll out there too, brilliant. You know, let me say Pete Carroll's a brilliant defensive mind. Patrick Graham, I'm still waiting to see this. They call him the Black Picasso. Gee, I'm still waiting to see this. You know what I'm saying? But once again, I thought with them two together, we don't really have a lot of talent on the defensive side of the ball in terms of namesake. That's what a lot of people's arguments are. But when you got Max and, you know, you got Jamal Adams, who looks really good out there right
now. I was about to say he looked good too.
Devin White looked phenomenal for us. You know what I mean? So, and
I think
also,
it's on them. It's on them.
It is.
To get them boys right mentally and like know the game.
And the defense only gave up 2 plays over 20 yards. Gee, that's why I'm not really like we didn't give up any really splash plays. 24-yarder, we gave up a 27-yarder to the tight end. I can live with that, especially with the guys like when you have Stokes and you have Caillou Blue who hasn't played a ton. I can live with that. I can live with that. You know,
that you saying like the obviously like the name talent, like the buzz of the name.
Yeah,
that's where they're gonna get their name. If they understand football and learn that shit, like they're gonna be that big name talent because they played a decent game for sure. But it's just little things like I said, like the flat players not getting in the flat or the hook curls, like those things are gonna get exposed by a better team and a better quarterback and better receivers. Because there was a couple of times, like even on that pick that 20 got, where he was trying to throw it, he was open. But the rush got there. But that's what I'm saying. If they work and coerce together, like it'll work out for sure. They just need to keep growing for sure.
I know you haven't paid attention. Once again, I know you haven't watched. Did you watch the Chargers and Chiefs game last week or no? Okay. What are you familiar with Justin Herbert's game? Okay, so we're facing a way better quarterback. You know,
that's y'all play next.
We got a Monday night. Yeah, in the bright lights. Pete Carroll's birthday, 74 years old. Him and Harbaugh. You know that battle. Like that is from the collegiate level, Stanford, USC to the Niners, Seahawks. So they have that connection there. Ron Justice asked, "How do you feel about the Monday night game coming up? What would be your keys to shut down the passing game with Herbert?" So they have a kid in Lab McConkey. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
From
Georgia, bro.
Nice.
It's like Hunter Renfrow on steroids.
Those are the type of dudes that I don't like to guard. Like,
man. They brought Keenan Allen back. You know, he's 32, but he looked really good week 1.
Best releases ever.
Hey, man. Once again, he's still that dude. You got Quentin Johnston, the former TCU product. He had 2 touchdowns in week 1. How do you, as a defensive coordinator, preach to these young corners? Look, Drake May, this isn't that. You got Justin Herbert, a divisional game too, which is going to be a lot more tougher. How do you approach that?
You gotta study. And then you gotta work on your fundamentals for sure. And just understand like it ain't about whatever bad, because he's Justin Herbert. He's gonna make a play on you. Like something's gonna happen at some point. You gotta be snapping clear and just be ready. But I think this is really on like just studying, like because you're gonna, like you just said, you got all those receivers, you're matching talent or probably more. So you got to find a way to find your advantage. And I feel like the older guys on the team, like Jamal Adams, he just, because I know he knows the corner position, like as far as like on paper and what to do in the safety, he played it. So I know he can get those boys right. Like he just needs to take over that secondary.
Even he looks good. They converted him to linebacker. He's looked good there.
I think he just needs to help them just get right. And then, I mean, if they know, like, I'm not saying that they don't know because they're young. They might know all those things, but it needs to display, like, on Monday night because It's going to be definitely a better game.
there's only two quarterbacks that have more passing yards than Justin Herbert. He had 318 against the Chiefs in week 1, 3 touchdowns, no picks. It was Geno Smith who played out of his mind. Outside of that one pick that he threw towards Brock Bowers, he had 362 yards in the air. Josh Allen was the only one that had more yards, and they put up a 41 piece against Baltimore. So, but yeah, this is definitely going to be a different look. And I like what Dan said, get that pass rush rolling. You gotta get Herbert rattled early. Gotta get him rattled early. Max Crosby definitely is going to play a big role in this game.
Disguise. They need to disguise for sure.
I like
he gonna pick them apart if they don't disguise. That's the hardest thing about having a good ass quarterback. Like if he see what y'all running before it, like sometimes it ain't even nothing you can do. Like he just know the right read and just gonna move it down the field. So they gotta work on their disguise and their communication. Like
some of these defenses that you played in, where do you prefer the spy to come from? Because I think they're going to put one on Herbert. He can use his legs. I've seen us have a defensive lineman be a spy. I've had us have linebackers. Like
definitely not that. I like dependent because Justin Herbert is a passing heavy, so I would do it with a linebacker and just keep my DBs in coverage.
You think you give it to Jamal Adams, like a veteran, a guy
I definitely would make Jamal because he's fast. He's going to be that faster backer, like that can run, get him down.
Okay,
definitely would do it with him. That's like actually the perfect because sometimes you don't have a backer like that, so you don't know how to do that or
he's played his whole career as a safety, so I love that Jamal Adams.
Definitely. And he can spy and he knows coverage because he played DB, so he could spy and act like he's rushing sometimes or something, and then get back into coverage and get you a couple picks or something like that too.
Yeah. Sloop's 10 Commandments. How did the team feel about the trading of Khalil Mack? I think we talked about this briefly too, but were you surprised? Did it change your view of the team?
I was pissed. Especially me. I need him. Like,
the whole complaint was we don't have no fucking pressure, and then you want Khalil Mack.
Yeah, I needed him. But we were definitely pissed. And we were more so pissed because even with like Coop, it was just like all these things like that we weren't trading and we weren't tanking the season to get picks and it was just like it wasn't matching what he was saying. Like everything was just going left. Like he was like, he had a meeting and said, we're not tanking the season. I see on Twitter we're supposed to be tanking the season for first round picks. And literally the next day, Amari Cooper got traded for a first round pick. Like we were just like, bro, like what? Like how are we supposed to believe you? Like
yo, I want to ask you this real quick. This will be one of my last questions of the show, man. We brought in a kid in Darian Porter, 6'4", 4'3", 40, fast as hell. Very the Pete Carroll-esque type of corner that he would want to be like a key to like that Legion of Boom that they created out there in Seattle. He only played the position, converted from wide receiver to corner, didn't have one rep this past Sunday. Had some special teams reps though, definitely. You know those kids are going to get their bread and butter there early on. What would be some talk that you would give the young kid converting from wide receiver to corner? Like what would be some of the top things that you would shed some light on in order for him to get it right at the next level?
One is a major difference being backwards and frontwards, being on the other side. But I would so when I played receiver and I played corner for the first time in my junior high school, all I thought about was what would I do as a receiver. So and then honestly, him being able to break down and get out of his break should be way easier because he does that movement. But I would just play the game like you were a receiver. But then also like understanding the techniques are way different. Like I teach my guys all the time about eye discipline. Like transitioning from receiver to DB, I think one of the biggest things is eye discipline because usually when you come out the break, you're instantly looking at the quarterback. You cannot do that as a DB. Like you have to look at your man out of your break because that's going to drive you closer to him and get you a faster break. And then you have to transition your eyes to the ball if you get there in the right position. So I think the biggest thing with him is just understanding that, like eye discipline and just the fundamentals. Because if he's big and fast like that, he should be able to keep up with anybody. I think it's more about being patient and being.
My boy Stu that came on the show with us the last time, former Raider safety. For those who didn't check out that show, me, him, and Stu, BG and Stu did a show probably a year, 2 years ago. He broke down some tape. He heard Darian Porter. He heard the measurements. He was like, I need to check this dude out. If I can, bro, I'm going to send you some all 22 of some of his collegiate tape. And, bro, I think you're going to be really like – you're probably going to see him and be like, this kid can be special. Yeah. Especially with Pete Carroll's guidance. You know what I mean? A guy that has been kind of like a DB whisperer, at both levels. I mean, college and NFL. This kid is going to be special. I'm coming down for the Texans game. If I get an extra ticket, Gio, you pulling up, man? What's up? You want to go to the game?
When is it?
It is – let me check it out. We play down there in Houston. If you are in town, because I'm going to bring the family down too. I'm thinking about getting a little Airbnb down there for the weekend. I think we're going to do a little Woodson Whiskey event with C. Wood and them down there. But the game is – one second. Give me two. Hold on real quick. If you're still down there, would definitely want you to pull up, man. It's going to be December 21st.
Oh, yeah. I'll be able to come.
So it's right around Christmas time. So I'm going to get my hands on a few tickets, man. I would love for you to come hang out. Come see the nation out there in the tailgating. You know what I mean?
Wait, hold on. Damn. I think that's –
You going to be out of town?
December 21st. Oh, yeah. I go get my son. He coming out for Christmas. He live in Michigan.
Okay. Well, yeah. If you're around.
I'll be around because that's what, Sunday?
Yeah.
You'll be down the weekend?
I'll probably come out Friday anyways. So
yeah, I'll be there in town. But
let's lock in and do a live. Let's lock in and do a live podcast.
I'll go get him Sunday and then come back the same day.
Okay. We'll make it work, man. Before we get out of here once again, man, let everybody know where to follow you. And first and foremost, thank you, brother, for pulling back up and giving us some notes on this game. For sure. Always truly appreciated. Chat, man, if you guys can, once again, we're going to put some pressure on G here. We're going to continue to do this. Go over here to this channel and hit subscribe. If you can, leave right now, hit the subscribe button and come back and let us know you hit that subscribe, because G needs to show some of this football IQ more often than not. Okay, so we need Gareon to pull up and do this. And one more time, he is not officially retired. Gareon is looking to stay in the football realm. So I'm excited to see what's next for you, brother. And you feel healthy right now, right? You feel good?
I feel great, man. I just came from a run, too.
There we go, man. I would love to see you kind of stick around in Houston, man, with your family out there. You know, the Texans are a good football team.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'll go anywhere, man. California, I just don't want to go to California. But
yeah, man, the price it doesn't make any sense.
California and New York.
And I'm from there, born and raised. It's just like, even when I go home and visit, I'm like, dog, you tell me I got to pay for grocery bags. The fuck are we doing, G?
Like, crazy.
Yo, but everybody's saying sub. Okay, I love it, man, because we got 800 people in the building. That's great to see. Thank you guys so much. Plug away, G. What you got going on? Let everybody know, what you got going on, man.
Yeah, _ Conley Island is all my training pages and YouTube and stuff. And then Different Views Podcast right there. And then on Instagram is Different Views Podcast. And then my personal IG is _ G Conley 8. But yeah, man, I just been training. If y'all ever in Houston, anybody got any kids in Texas that come out to Houston, I train all athletes as far as movement and sports performance, but specifically drills and stuff. I do football players, DBs, and wide receivers. So,
and I can tell you guys right now, Gareon came out here to Dallas and worked with Elijah. We met at a park, and my son has never put a football down since then. I have to give you some credit, Gareon, because he was always just receiver. When he left that day, he said, Dad, I want to play both sides. I'm like, well, you're young, you're gonna have to play both sides. It's just simple and plain. You don't want to leave the football field. Yeah. That kid went out there and had 10, 11 picks in his first year tackle football.
Bro,
now he believes that he's this lockdown. He's like this lockdown. So I got to give you a ton of credit, because regardless if he only worked out there for an hour or so, he always takes that with him. I worked with, a Raider. I worked with an Ohio State Buckeye. You know what I mean? So I have to thank you, bro, for taking the time to be able to do that. And we're going to bring them down there that weekend. I definitely want to link you guys back up and hang out. Sure. And if I can do anything, bro, with your training stuff in terms of promotion, please don't call me, bro. I will put a logo up in the corner and promote that shit every week, just because, man, we always take care of our own, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, my brother, man. Thank you so much. And who's Ohio State got this weekend?
I don't even know.
this is hilarious. Gareon's the only guy that'll be on Twitter tweeting away. Yeah, man, we look really good. We look really good, and now I have an idea of what the hell is going on the upcoming week.
Man, I'm an introvert, man. I be in my own world, bro. I'm gonna watch the film though.
I love it. Hey, well, maybe, man, hopefully we can continue to do a few of these, man. Maybe we can turn this into like a bi-weekly or whenever you're around, break down some of these corners and these DBs and give the nation a little better understanding of what they're seeing out there. I would love to make this more consistent because Jalen, once again, we're doing the running back report. So we're going to be breaking down Ashton Jeanty every week.
Yeah.
So I would love to get you on some of those shows, man, and definitely get you more involved with the podcast space, bro.
Okay. I'm with
My
that.
dog, man. Salute to everybody here in the building. As always, I appreciate you guys so much. I may be live again later tonight. If not, me and Wasted will be live tomorrow. Wasted said, "What's up?" He was going to pull up, but something came up. So he definitely told me to tell you what it is. But we will be active all week long, you guys. Stay tuned for all the new content. Love and appreciate everybody here in the chat. Once again, G, thank you so much, brother, for pulling up.
I appreciate you having me.
As always, man. And we are out.